All right, now let me ask you something. It might sting a little bit, but be patient. When your child's hurting, confused, or exploring new ideas, do they come to you first, or do they go to TikTok, YouTube, friends at school, or some random influencer who doesn't care about them the way that you do? Think about that. Because for many Muslim parents in the West, their child is forming their beliefs, their identity, and their sense of right and wrong from the internet. And this happens long before they ask their parents a single question. And the scariest part is this: by the time that you realize it, their heart may already be somewhere else. By the end of this video here, you're going to know the 3 root reasons that this is happening, the real damage that it causes in the long run, and develop a clear plan to reconnect with your child before the internet finishes raising them and pushing them in a particular direction. Now, have you ever looked at your child and thought, how did we get here? When did this distance start between us? And if you're honest with yourself as a parent, it's not too much of a chance that this hasn't happened in your household. You need to understand that this is something that many of us go through. And you also need to understand that the solution is not far-fetched. It's not like something that is going to take you forever to figure out. And this is what we're going to discuss in this particular video, so stay tuned. Now, here's the truth. You don't fix this by taking their phones away. And you don't fix it by doing a lot of excessive lecturing. You fix it by rebuilding that connection, the trust, and the emotional safety step by step. And when you do, your child will naturally turn back to you. Stay with me, because we're going to break this down clearly, step by step. But first, I want to tell you why this matters. And we're going to do it. We're going to discuss the personal lens, the community lens, and the future lens, and how this affects you and your life and everything around you. Now, in terms of the personal lens, if your child trusts the internet more than they trust you, it affects their confidence, their morals, their self-worth, and even their connection to Allah. You can't guide a child who has emotionally checked out. You can't influence a child who feels like you don't understand their world. And in terms of the community lens, this is not just a family issue. This is happening across our ummah. Entire generations of Muslim kids are being shaped by trending videos and online personalities more than they're being shaped by their parents, by the masajid, and by their teachers. When that happens, the strength of our families weaken, the strength of our communities weaken right along with it. And in terms of the future lens, if nothing changes, these children are going to grow up disconnected from their parents, disconnected from their identity, and disconnected from values that protect them from the chaos of modern life. And then they're going to raise the next generation that are going to start at that same distance, and 9 times out of 10 go even further away. So this is something we have to fix. And all you have to do, to be honest with you, if you just look around, you'll see all of these things are happening right now. But before we go any further, I want you to think about which of these 3 perspectives hits you the hardest. Is it the personal issues that we talked about, the communal issues, or the issues of what we're going to face if nothing changes? Because if you ask me, they're all scary situations. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about how this deals with our everyday life. Let's be honest. Parenting in the West is not like parenting anywhere else. You're competing with phones, with apps, with influencers, with algorithms, with ads, and with schools that push values that don't align with anything that you're teaching in your house. Your child has a secret digital life that you barely get to see. Some Muslim parents feel like they're losing their child to a world that moves entirely too fast. Others feel guilty because they're always working and they don't have the emotional energy to talk deeply when they get home. Some are confused because their child seems fine on the outside, but the reality is that we see that they are cold and distant on the inside. You might have noticed it too. Your child laughs harder at things online than they do when they're with you. They go to the internet for comfort before they think of coming to you. They open up to strangers who give them their attention, validation, or even entertainment. And this is nothing strange. This is something that I've dealt with quite a few of you with in terms of our coaching calls. Learning new techniques to raising children or for raising children is very important, especially in these days and times, because we can't use those same things that were used before because the world is different. And for those of you who have joined in with the coaching calls, you know the truth of what I'm saying right now. Now, this is the part of the video, now that we've discussed the problem, I want to explain to you how to overcome these things. So we're going to do the steps as we usually do. And so I'm telling you now, the same way I always tell you, make sure you get your pens and paper. Write down these steps. And as I always tell you, you don't need to write down what I'm saying word for word. You don't need a transcription of the video. Get the steps down. Step 1, step 2, step 3, like that, and the titles, just as a reminder, so that you can use it when it comes to raising your children, as well as you can use it when it comes to giving other individuals advice to that which is going to help them these days. Because many of us, or I should say many people, they raise their children the way that children used to be raised, thinking that we can do it the way it was done. But there are other variables that are in the situation that many times aren't given their due respect. And when I say respect, I don't mean we have to like these things, but we have to understand that they're there. They're a reality. So we have to add them into the equation so we know how to deal with them. Okay? So make sure you get these down for yourself and for other individuals in your family as well as in your community. All right? Now, here's the part most parents don't want to hear. The internet is not your enemy. Your child is not the problem. The problem is that lack of emotional connection at home. An emotional connection is something that you can rebuild. Let's walk through this step by step. Step 1, become a safe space, not a judge. Your child's not going to open up to someone who rejects with anger, lectures, or immediate criticism. They need to feel safe. This means that when they talk to you, you listen first. You breathe and you stay calm. And what's even more important is that you show interest. If your child feels like coming to you is going to lead to a fight, they're going to avoid you. If they feel like coming to you brings comfort, then they'll keep coming back again and again. Step 2, enter their world instead of fighting it. Many parents attack the internet because they don't understand it. Instead of fighting their world, learn about it. Ask them what they watch. Ask them why they like it. Ask them things like what makes it funny, interesting, or inspiring to them. The moment you become curious instead of controlling, your child feels more respected. And respect opens the door to conversation. And this is the goal. Step 3, create daily moments of connection. You don't need a long lecture. You need small, consistent moments. For example, a short car ride conversation, a 5-minute talk before bed, a walk together, a meal with no cell phones. Consistency builds trust much faster than long, random talks. And step 4, share your own stories. What do I mean? You know that stories connect the hearts. Tell them what you struggled with at their age. Those things that scared you, confused you, and even those things that helped you. When your child sees your humanity, they're going to be more willing to show you theirs. Step 5, build skills, not fear. Fear-based parenting doesn't work long-term. Teach your child how to think, not what to think. Teach them how to recognize unhealthy content. Teach them how to filter ideas. Teach them how to strengthen their identity through the salah, through dhikr, and through good companionship. A child with a strong identity can survive the internet, believe me. A child with weak identity is bound to get lost in it. Step 6, make your home emotionally warm. Children don't leave homes that feel good to them. They leave homes that hurt them, confuse them, or ignore them. Build an environment that's peaceful, supportive, and full of mercy. A warm home beats a cold phone every time. And step 7, become their first call when life gets hard. This is the goal. Not control, not fear, not power. Influence. When your child trusts your wisdom and your love, they're bound to come to you first. And that's when you truly become a parent who is able to guide them. Now, I do want to ask you, what do you think is the real reason many of the youth these days might be turning to the internet more than they turn to their parents? And give me your honest opinion about what you said. Don't reiterate just what I said because I said it. I really want to hear what all of you have to say about this situation. Make sure you leave your comments in the comment section. And if you found this helpful, don't just close the video out. Take that next step. Leave a comment, share it with another parent who needs to see this. Make sure that you like it to help out with the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you're serious about growing as a Muslim, as a parent, and as a leader in your home, make sure to join the Next Level Muslim community on Patreon. That's where we go deeper, support one another, and work step by step on building stronger families. The link to join the community is in the description. Join us and take the next step towards becoming the kind of parent your child will actually open up to. And before I close out, I do want to let you know, first and foremost, we want to welcome all of the new members to the Patreon. I do want to let some of you know, because as I mentioned before in the video, that the situation of getting into the Next Level Muslim community, when you join the Patreon, you have to, or when you open up the page for the Patreon, you have to go into the subscriptions and make sure you click on the one that says Next Level Muslim community. All right? That will put you inside of the particular community that you're looking for. Jazakumullahu khair wa barakallahu feekum.